This is the 2010 FIVB Grand Prix. Continuing coverage right here on Universal Sports. Bangkok, Thailand, a huge crowd on hand, and why not? As the host, currently ranked number 12 in the world, take on the United States. The American starting lineup being introduced to this standing room only crowd. Paul Sunderland joined by two-time Olympian Kevin Barnett once again. And the United States coming off a huge win over world number 2 Italy, 3-1. And this will be a match of an entirely different rhythm and look, because the Thais, a very small team by today's standards, are going to have to play very quick and very precisely to compete with the taller and more athletic Americans.
For the Americans, this match is all about their side of the net. This is one of those matches, if you're an elite team in the world, you show up, you beat the opponent down, and you leave the match. Don't give them any life. You play your game, and don't let anything that the other side does dictate your style of play.
Bloomjit will start things off for Thailand. These two teams have met 11 times. Thailand has only won once, but that was last year in this same building, same tournament in the Grand Prix. Thailand had a very good Grand Prix last year. They were 4-5 overall, while the United States was 3 of 6. And an early key for the Americans with that big size advantage. Another early stuff block for Heather Bound.
American blocking has been spectacular through the early part of this tournament and continues. You would expect it to continue during this match. Onuma not able to find a hole in the American wall.
Starting lineup, Heather Bound out of the middle blocking, along with Alicia Glass at the setting position. Stacy Sakura will be the libero. Larson and Tom at the outside hitting positions, and Feluka Akinradawo quickly out of the middle.
That's the execution the Americans want. Free ball coming over, immediately into their offense, and dominating first ball kill.
Heather Bound with the service error, and talking to assistant coach Karch Kirai before the tournament began, he said one of the things he's enjoying the most about working in the women's game is that there are so many different styles of play, vis-a-vis China or Japan, or particularly a team like Thailand. In the men's game today, it's all vanilla. Every team, every good team anyway, plays exactly the same way. And Karch was really enthused about going into a tournament where his team might face 3 or 4 completely different styles.
There hasn't been the same kind of domination on the women's side that there has been on the men's, where world number 1 Brazil has absolutely killed everyone. On the women's side, you've seen China dominate at times, Russia dominate at times, Brazil dominate at times. Italy has risen to that peak. There's a lot of different teams that have a lot of different strengths and weaknesses, so you get more variety. It is more fun to watch.
Logan Tom with the kill. But if you put yourself on the sideline from Thailand, what do they have to do? How do they have to play? What will be their style to have some success, which clearly they have had against some of the world's best teams?
They absolutely have to dig a ton of balls. They have to dig and dig and dig, because they're not going to get it done at the net. What they can do is come in transition and take big swings off the top of the block, right there into the middle of the block. That's not going to work. They're going to have to hit the high hands. They're going to have to vary up their shots and make their offense fast to the pins.
Kentong Malika stuffed on the outside. And middle blockers for the United States have just been doing a fabulous job this second weekend of the Grand Prix. And Destiny Hooker over the top and out of bounds. Speaking of blocking, gave you the numbers if you weren't with us in the opening match of this weekend in Thailand against Italy. 17 blocks against the Dominican Republic, 28 in total against Germany and Poland. They had 28 against Italy in their 3-1 victory.
Absolutely a dominating performance, and sticking out of that, Destiny Hooker with 7 stuff blocks herself out of the opposite position. And a few of the numbers that really jumped out at me from that match, really the United States' best in this tournament. Heather Bound and Feluka Akinradawo had 43 attempts combined, and we talked a lot about the return of Logan Tom. She passed 64% perfect, which is a monster number. She also served 23 times, so in addition to having her own offense and effects there, she provided opportunity for the rest of the team.
Just underway here in the opening set of this best 3 out of 5. The United States out to a quick start, but Thailand coming back not only to tie but to take the lead. And now this crowd is very, very much involved.
So United States mistakes facing a 3-woman block. I like the aggressiveness from the Thais to get there and get in front of the American hitters.
And that ball, is it ruled a touch? Yes, a touch detected. And that ends a 3-0 run. There is Heike Kraft of Germany. She is the head referee, being assisted by Susana Rodriguez of Spain. Logan Tom, wearing number 15 in red, serving here, joining the American squad for the second weekend. Talk about making your presence felt. What a difference. She raised the entire level of the American team's play against Italy.
And there it is, a tough serve. It doesn't go down as an ace. You won't see it in the stat column for Logan Tom. But you do see a free ball come over and an immediate kill from the American side.
Destiny Hooker, registering the successful kill, had 19 points in the 3-1 win over Italy. Hooker again over the top and off the defense. That's the way Thailand wants to play, but they don't have a Destiny Hooker to go to at the end of rallies. The United States and Thailand just underway here from Bangkok. Opening set. Logan Tom continuing to serve, coming out of the opening technical timeout. First set, trying to add to a 3-0 run, and misses that out of bounds. If you're just joining us, the United States is 2-2 so far. They'll play 9 preliminary round matches. They were 1-2 coming off of their pool in Poland last week, defeated Italy here in Bangkok, Thailand, whereas the Thais got off to a very slow start in Chengdu, China. Lost to the Netherlands, lost to China, lost to Puerto Rico, but then did come back and beat the Puerto Ricans once again and now stand at 1-3.
In fact, the Thais did not win a single set during that weekend. Came in and played a bit more free against Puerto Rico, and here against the United States, that's another thing the Thais have to do, is they just have to play free. No expectations, play their style of ball, dig a lot of balls, and try to see if they can frustrate the American hitters into errors.
And off the top of the block, successfully done by Thailand. It's exactly what they need. Malika with the kill.
See that high
good memories,
swing.
Good high swing, and good memories from this same building and this same matchup last year when Thailand beat the United States for the very first time. Block straight down again. Big 3-woman block for the United States.
This whole match is going to be an exercise in blocking discipline for the Americans. It's a good positioning. Don't reach up. Make sure you reach over. You'll stuff a ton of balls by just going straight over against these smaller outside hitters. What a read from Socorro. Great positioning on defense.
And that ball off the American block and out of bounds. The official looking for some help on the touch and gets it. We've mentioned Stacy Socorro many, many times. She's in the starting lineup now in the place of Nicole Davis. Your thoughts on her play as opposed to Davis at that spot?
I think Socorro's done a great job. She's fiery. She helps those around her be better. I think we've seen a little bit of that from Davis, but just her passing. You look at Socorro, she steadies out the reception. She provides a lot of opportunities to run the middle, both in service reception and in digging.
Another stuff block. Stacy Socorro, the aforementioned, number 5 in the white jersey right there, the off-colored jersey, as the libero. A long international career, has appeared in 3 Olympic Games for the United States.
She's always so active with everyone between plays, pushing people, exciting people, talking about the next play, where to position. She really reads the game so well.
That ball hit out of bounds. Nice dig by Hugh McCutcheon, a former national team player for New Zealand.
He still has it.
Hugh McCutcheon moving over to the women's side after directing the men's program to that Olympic championship in 2008, assisted by none other than Karch Kirak. And that ball, no whistle. Destiny Hooker didn't look like she got it up. And that shot off the block by Thailand.
Good job by Thailand not to stop and protest that ball. just continue playing, get right back into their transition. We're starting to see some of the speed of Thailand. When they pass the ball well, they will go fast to the pins or fast out of the back row.
Step out, crushed by Heather Bound. But Thailand has to pass the ball perfectly.
Oh, their margin for error is about nothing. In the whole match, they have to be perfect if they expect to defeat the United States the way the United States is playing in this second weekend.
This Thai women's national team has really garnered their nation's support. Huge crowds welcoming them back at the airport after they beat China in the Asian Championships last year. That was in Hanoi, Vietnam.
Well, I like the athleticism and the arm swings of Thailand. You can tell that they've been coached extremely well. And their Malika, number 15, out of the back row, really getting on that ball hard. Like to see that.
That ball, jump floater, just out of bounds. And Alicia Glass in the lineup for the United States. Since the opening set in Poland, a 3-1 win against the Dominican Republic, but that's a lifetime ago. This tournament just moves on. 9 preliminary matches around the world. And another service error. The United States, as mentioned, began this tournament in Gdynia, Poland, and now the second week in Bangkok, Thailand. Next week, a short hop, skip, and a jump to Hong Kong, where they'll face China, Germany, and Thailand once again. Stuff block once again on that very tight pass. Logan Tom getting the job done. Teams will head to the sidelines. Tied at 5 early, the United States led 8-6, but now extending that thanks to some superb blocking by the Americans. Logan Tom continues to serve for Team USA coming out of the second technical timeout. The Americans with a big lead over Thailand. The United States appearing in the 17th Grand Prix. There have been 18 overall. They only missed this tournament once in 1999. Americans won the bronze medal in 03 and 04. They were 4th in 2008. Last year, forgettable, they were 9th. And won this tournament twice in 1995 and 2001. And now a 4-0 run with emphasis and exclamation by Feluka Akinradowoo. And an easy time for the United States. Executing, passing the ball. And as you said, Kevin Barnett, before this match started, everything was on their side of the net. And the Americans in complete control, leading as Thailand calls timeout.
Absolutely. Alicia Glass doing a nice job of, again, running the offense. She's being allowed to do that because the U.S. is handling the ball well in service reception and in transition. And the U.S. should have a huge advantage in the middle. Akinradowoo and Bound should get the ball, continue to get the ball, and move around. I'd like to see some more of that creativity that we saw towards the end of the Italy match when the U.S. got in rhythm. There was some double quick. There was some stuff out of the back row. You were moving Heather Bound close to the setter, in front of the setter, behind the setter. I like all that stuff.
Katapong Ratachingrai, the head coach for Thailand, done such an exceptional job over the last several years. Again, they're the reigning Asian champions. Thailand really hasn't offered much in terms of resistance so far, so you don't get an idea of how much better the United States is playing this weekend as opposed to past. You certainly saw lots of examples of that against Italy. Service error by Tom, so point in possession goes back to Thailand. And Thailand, again, you mentioned their margin for error infinitesimal, and they've served 3 or 4 balls out of bounds.
Thailand is not a team that is going to beat other teams that often. What they will do is frustrate other teams into beating themselves, into making mistakes, hitting balls out, because hitters are getting dug too many times. They start trying to overswing, and I think Thailand does a good job of taking advantage of that. But if they don't serve the ball in, there's no chance for a hitter error from the opponent.
That ball off the block and out of bounds. Rack up another kill for Panthong Malika.
I like the Thai hitters. They're not afraid of a block. They are smaller, so they can't be. They work well off the block. They change the direction of the ball, hitting off hands, taking advantage of matchups. And that's one thing that young hitters, when they come to the game, need to learn how to do, is change the direction of the ball. Hit a definite line or a definite angle.
After yet another perfect pass, Heather Bound slamming that ball off the Thai block.
After the first weekend, Alicia Glass definitely was told to keep the middle involved. Don't let the middle go away for large periods of time, and she is doing that.
Cynthia Barbosa, as has been the pattern now for Hugh McCutcheon, will take out Destiny Hooker. Barbosa will come in just for this one rotation to serve. Barbosa, the former multi-time All-American at Stanford University.
There's just so much athleticism and potential on this American side. It's a very exciting time for women's volleyball in the United States.
Well, we didn't think that last week, but I agree with you. No, it didn't.
The potential's still there. It just wasn't coming out. But now with a couple of changes, we're starting to see a little bit of it. When you have the consistency and you have that stabilization of a Sakura, of a Tom, that allows the creativity and the athleticism to be expressed a bit more.
Apinapong Vilavan back to serve, and Heather Bound. Alicia Glass didn't get a lot of good passes last week in Poland, so you can't get confident. You can't get in a good rhythm. The improved passing, wow, is she connecting with Akinradowo and, of course, with Heather Bound, as you saw there.
Heather Bound is detonating on that backslide.
And Larson is stuffed out of the middle. Thailand needing to get this crowd, keep this big crowd, standing room only, involved. Americans, after being tied at 5-5, led 16-12, and then Hugh McCutcheon's team is now out to a 5-point advantage. Logan Tom first with a block, teaming with Heather Bound, and then with a tap down. And the lead continues to expand for the United States.
Americans continue to do a good job of handling balls that are on top of the net. Overpasses and opportunities where it's popped up. The United States hitters have done a great job of terminating those balls.
And that ball just catching a piece of the sideline, looked well long, but will not be overruled by Heike Kraft, the head referee from Germany.
Heike Kraft indicating a touch there. Ball through the right hand.
That's close, very close.
Of Alicia Glass.
Tomkan Nutsara now serving. A lot of short serves coming from Thailand. And on the step out, Akinradowo right over the top of the Thai block once again.
Good communication from the U.S. side and way to play to their strength. You saw Sakura. Everyone cleared out. Sakura identified very quickly. That was her pass. And then again, Alicia Glass making good choices, taking advantage of where the U.S. offense can. That backslide is open every time.
The United States could not ask for a better start against Thailand right now in Bangkok. Look at this. What an atmosphere. Absolutely jam-packed. A smallish arena, if you will, by Grand Prix standards. Capacity 5,400. I know the fire marshal in Bangkok, so there are about 8,000 in there.
You hear him on every play. Whenever Thailand digs the ball, you hear the crowd. It is a fun environment to be a part of.
Right side once again, ripped down the line. Beautiful swing by Anuma off of Logan Tom.
I like the smiles. I like the attitude on the Thai side. They're getting beat, but they're still playing. They're still positive. They're not down themselves. They're not so serious. A fun team to watch.
Chaisi Tapaipan now on the serve for Thailand. The United States just 2 points away from closing out the opening set. That is just golden right now.
Every time.
Perfect combination once again, but it all starts with a pass right on target, making Alicia Glass's job very easy and allowing her mind to work. Not just hurrying to set a ball, but to be creative.
Absolutely. She's not reacting, she's planning.
Set point number 1, Logan Tom serving. And rejected once again by Akinradowo or Destiny Hooker. And that is set number 1 to the United States. Easily done over Thailand. So the United States, Kevin, coming off a solid performance against Italy, just continuing that, taking care of their side of the net.
Biggest thing on their side of the net is confidence. That's what we didn't see in week 1 was confidence. They were reactive to everything that was going on in front of them, not proactive. Now they are playing their style of volleyball.
And Feluca said, hey, it wasn't destiny. Feluca Akinradowo, it may have been destiny. Feluca Akinradowo swatting that ball out of the sky here in Thailand. The United States wins the opening set. 25